And if you plan on moving out and about this morning, you might need the raincoat, the umbrella, the boots, you name it. But it's not an all-day thing, so that's the good news.
Yeah, exactly. It's just me throughout the morning. A chance for some storms still later on today, but not like we had last night or we had yesterday morning. Right now, as we look at the rainfall totals we've seen over the past 12 hours, this is going to be the estimated rainfall totals by the radar. And you can see there's a bullseye to the southwest of the metro, but everywhere else, pretty good dose of water is what we've seen just over the past 12 hours. Zooming into the metro, ranging from around ½ an inch to around 1.5 inches in just, again, 12 hours. Even seeing around 1.5 inches possible in Warren County around Indianola. Further to the southwest, like we've been talking about, that bullseye of about 3, close to around 5 inches possible between Greenfield and Creston, Winterset and Murray. This is the area that could be dealing with a little bit more of that pooling and ponding, but as far as flash flooding, it just wasn't as much as what we would typically need in a short amount of time to deal with those types of issues. So that's some good news there. But further to the south, still dealing with more of those heavy rainfall totals, still adding on to these totals as well, since this is one area where we're still dealing with some of that rain. Like in Lamoni, even over Mount Air area, about 1 to 2 inches possible. Further to the north, you're going to be dealing with less of those higher totals. Not really seeing a lot of areas exceeding 1 inch just within the past 12 hours. Around 1/4 inch in Ames and Perry. Same sort for Ankeny. Marshalltown, close around 0.7 inches as those thunderstorms pushed on through late last night, very early this morning. And even further to the north, a lot of the same. Around 3/4 inch. Even some areas getting just above that inch mark within the past 12 hours. Now, what we're seeing right now, the good news is we're wrapping that up. We're going to be clearing things up. We don't want to have too much rain in a short amount of time. As far as what we're seeing, most of that activity further off to the east of I-35 now, except for an isolated spot in southern Iowa, right moving into Decatur County, moving in from the Bedford area. We're still dealing with more of that pocket of heavier rainfall. It's going to be picking up Lamoni here shortly, but further off to the east of I-35, further north, starting to wind down and dwindle. Not seeing that too impressive like it was earlier this morning. Hour by hour showing the rainfall tapering off, moving out by 8 o'clock. We're drying out, even clearing things up as we get especially to the noon and the afternoon hours. But as we head into early afternoon, a chance for some isolated showers, especially between 2 and 3 o'clock for central Iowa. But notice as we dig deeper into the afternoon, going into mainly evening, 6, 7 o'clock, east of I-35 and specifically south of I-80, better chance for these storms to pop up, and they could get a little strong, a little even hail in there, even some gusty winds. But as far as the severe weather threat, that's mainly going to be pushed a little bit further east. Those thunderstorms will be allowed to mature as we get to the evening hours, but they'll be out of here by around that 10 o'clock hour, and we'll dry things out overnight. Some clouds moving back in for northern Iowa throughout Friday, but for central and southern Iowa, mostly sunny, highs mid-80s. And then for the weekend, looking great. The humidity is going to be dropping as well. So this is going to be the most humid day. And then as we get into the weekend, very more comfortable, let's call it. Still going to be sticky outside. You'll still feel that humidity, just not as much as what we expect for today. And then next week, a lot of the same, mostly sunny Monday and Tuesday with a chance of rainfall come Wednesday.